Look at it, it's perfect! Unlimited power! I love magic, I really do. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the Spiffing Brit, and today we're back in the fantastic world of Skyrim. It is of course one of the greatest games of all time, designed by the benevolent game directing god that is Todd Howard. And just like all gods, he has never made a mistake. Not one single mistake, my god. No mistakes at all. But what are we doing today in Todd Howard's greatest creation of Skyrim? Well, we're going to be designing the ultimate mage build. We're going to be seeing if you can defeat the entirety of Skyrim with only magic. We'll be using all of the tools at our disposal in order to create the highest feasibly damaging spell this game has ever seen, allowing you to relive the reminiscent days of when the Elder Scrolls series actually had very meaningful magic damage. Because in Skyrim, I'm afraid, once you get past like level 20, all of your magic spells suddenly are about as effective as blowing bubbles onto Satan himself. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a cup of tea, and if you're feeling especially fantastic, you can even give a like to this video, because we're about to dive into the world of Reanu Keeves once more and build the ultimate mage build. We'll be incinerating, freezing, and zapping millions of NPCs on our glorious journey, all in the name of becoming the greatest mage Skyrim has ever seen. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into this video. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at this lovely, beautiful, majestic individual. You might not recognize him, but ladies and gentlemen, it's Keanu Reeves. Wait, no, it's not Keanu Reeves. Oh, it's Reanu Keeves. Yes, Keanu Reeves' long-lost cousin, who is slightly derpy, but also just like Keanu Reeves, is literally a god amongst men. So consequently, we've had to trap him inside of the world of Skyrim to stop him destroying the reality of time and space. Currently, Reanu Keeves has access to some incredible weapons in Skyrim, like say the Oath Blade. Oh, doesn't that look great? No, actually that's garbage. Instead, he has access to a bow which does over 67 million points of damage theoretically and is so powerful the game calculates it at being worth minus 2.1 billion. Because why not? Well done, Skyrim and Todd. But you see, Reanu Keeves isn't actually perfect, ladies and gentlemen. He has bows which do thousands and millions of damage, he has knives which do billions of damage, and he has armor which protects him from just about everything. But there's one thing he doesn't have, and that's the adoration of mages across the land. Some of you might remember all the way back to our first ever Skyrim video. I'm pretty sure Reanu Keeves beat the ever-living magicka out of the head of the College of Winterhold, and so consequently we've been on a bit of patchy terms with them ever since. But that's all to be changed today. You see, we're going to go and march over to the College of Winterhold, get ourselves reinstated, and then also demonstrate how to create the most damage actually possible with a destruction class spell. Now before we jump into the exploit, ladies and gentlemen, well, how do you think Reanu Keeves is going to exploit Skyrim today? Do you think A, he's going to become the most powerful wizard alive by casting a fiery meteor strong enough to destroy the entire world? B, do you think he's going to have the ability to just summon hordes and hordes of AI units to fight for him? Or C, do you think he's going to transition into becoming the Emperor from the Star Wars franchise? And I don't mean the actual rookie Emperor in like the prequels or the Emperor in the original. I mean the Emperor at the end of the last Star Wars film, you know, where he's literally casting massive laser beams into the sky to bring down spaceships, because that's completely balanced, isn't it? So hop down into the comment section and leave your vote. Now the issue is Reanu Keeves is technically level 44, which means he's facing quite high level enemies. And whilst he technically can't ever die because he has more health than this game can actually calculate, his magic spells are actually very slow. They take ages to kill an enemy. Now there are ways to increase the damage of destruction spells. Now what you can do is you can invest perk points into picking up augmented shock, frost, or fire. Now we want to pick up shock because the shock spells are the most powerful DPS spells in all of Skyrim. So we've already sunk 2 perk points into augmented shock, meaning we do an additional 50% more damage with any shock spells we have. If we wanted to increase our destruction damage even more, we could go into the Dragonborn DLC and pick up a Dragon Priest mask, which would increase damage done by shock by another 25%. And then finally what we can do is create fortify destruction spells using alchemy, which would increase the amount of damage we're doing. Now as you can probably guess, ladies and gentlemen, all of those previous ways I've mentioned of actually increasing damage are absolutely pathetic in comparison to using alchemy. Alchemy in this game is absolutely and utterly balked. I honestly believe that the people designing this game actually sat down and drank half of the potions that I've created in Skyrim, and that by drinking them their minds melted to the levels required to actually allow them to approve alchemy to be added into Skyrim. So as I mentioned previously, we're going to be making our way all the way over across across Skyrim up to Winterhold College because we need to gain access to some very high level spells. Now of course the spell we're looking for is the highest DPS spell in the game, meaning the highest damage per second. Now naturally as soon as we spawn in we're going to get attacked by the guards because as you can probably guess we've got a bit of a bounty. Oh yes, 2 grand's worth of bounty. Right, let's pay this off. I've paid off the bounty so now I'm free, lovely. But anyway, we're over here to pick up one very important spell. A spell called Lightning Storm. This is a master level spell requiring you to have 100 in the destruction category. It uses 138 points of magicka per second, and the target will take 75 points of shock damage per second to their health, and then half of that same damage to their magicka. This makes it a very, very dangerous spell because it's very, very powerful. It's great at taking down dragons as well as various other things. The only issue is that you have to be stationary in order to launch it, but this is fine. Now of course we've been suspended from the college, which is an issue, so we're going to need to talk to the college master and basically pay off our fine, which I'm pretty sure we gained for murdering and paralyzing individuals for about 47 million years. So into the Hall of Elements we go. It's time to join back into the college, my friends. Oh, and here's some of the dead bodies from the last time we were here. Oh god, the bodies. Let's speak to Tofdir. Tofdir, do you remember me, my friend? Last time I was here I kind of murdered you about 40 times over. Ah, there was an instant, wasn't there? Yes, Tofdir, I committed a war crime in your school. Oh, of course, it was the first time that I've committed a war crime, so it's fine. Yep, 250 gold in order to join back the college after murdering about 7 people. Sure, that's great. Oh my god. What a mess. Anyway, so we're back into the College of Whiterun, which is lovely. We've learned so many wonderful things. But now we're going to actually need to try and source some improvements to our knowledge, and by that I mean we need to learn the spell Lightning Storm. Right, now we're going to be on the lookout for the incredibly gifted mage of Feralda. She's in the Hall of Countenance over here. She's basically the highest expert in terms of destruction spells in the entirety of Skyrim. Oh, and here she is. Now Feralda's brilliant. She's the only way of gaining the master level destruction spells, but in order to actually start the quest line so that you can learn these master level destruction spells, you need to achieve destruction level 90. So I'm going to ask her for some training. Now sadly I actually need to level up more in order to train with her, but already we're pretty good. We're at destruction level 67, so we're over halfway to achieving our goal of 90. So now we just need to find nice and happy ways of farming destruction spells and destruction skill levels. I realize that I've also managed to pick up the spell Thunderbolt here, which is quite a nice high level spell. It does a good amount of damage, but as you can see it does technically eat up about half of our magicka to use it, which is an issue. Now as you'll probably remember from the last video, we built a 100% resistance to magic build, but when you have 100% resistance to magic in your build, it means that you're actually unable to regain magicka. This is one of our biggest flaws, because it basically means we can use spells only once. We've used our spell and now we're down to 1184 magicka. So either we need to find a way to gain magicka or we need to find a way to never deplete magicka. Finding a way to gain magicka is rather simple. We could try and brew some potions which give us magicka, or we just absorb magicka from the spells being flung our direction. But what if we're fighting an enemy which doesn't have any spells? Well, then suddenly you have an issue. So how are we going to actually stop having to use magicka? Well, it's very simple. We're going to just need 4 custom enchanted items. Now, as you can see, our lovely friend here, Farengar, has some lovely items in his inventory. He actually has access to this incredible Master Robes of Destruction. My goodness, just look at this lovely item. What this item offers is effectively it allows us to cast destruction spells at a 22% cheaper rate, and it allows our magic to regenerate 150% faster. This is very useful because it basically means if we were to say stack this effect 5 times, destruction spells would cost over 100% less to cast, meaning they would cost nothing to cast. So all we need to do is stack this effect 5 times or find a more potent effect and just tip it over to 100% less to cast, and then suddenly all of our master level destruction spells don't cost us anything. We get to keep our immunity to magic and everything continues to be broken. Now I just need to make enough money in order to buy that. So it's time to go sell some of my very expensive potions that I've created over the years to some of the merchants around Whiterun, and then go and buy myself that lovely Master Destruction t-shirt and then break it down and use its enchantments to create the most powerful set of armor. Now of course I effectively have this potion of paralysis here, and I can just sell one to these vendors and get infinite gold because I effectively have 1,000,000 potions lying around. Now whilst the vendor only technically has 208 gold, what we can do do is of course drop down a quick save, then give her a little boop with our magic, and then reload that save. Now she's back alive again, and now that she's back, she has an entire full set of gold lying around. Lovely. And there we go, now we're up to 4 grand, and then we just repeat. This is how to really make money. Alright, and now that we have all of our money, we can go to Farengar and buy his lovely Destructo robes. There we go, lovely. 7,200 gold down the drain. Oh, and of course, I'm an absolute melon. We've already learnt the destruction enchantment, haven't we? Yep, I've already broken down something in order to get the destruction perk. Alright, well all that means left is I need to build myself the ultimate destruction equipment. Now, of course, the way to do this is to use the fortify restoration loop, and if you need a guide for that, you can take a look at my last video, and that will show you how to basically set up the fortify restoration loop. But once you've set up your fortify restoration loop of basically drinking potions and then stacking them on top of things, you'll eventually make yourself an enchanting potion, drink that enchanting potion, and then enchant onto a set of items, basically an improvement in alchemy, meaning your crafted potions are stronger, which is exactly what we've got on this silver ring and this necklace, which basically results in us being able to make incredible potions, like this one I made earlier. This potion of fortifying enchanting. It means that for the next 30 seconds, any items I enchant will be 92,000% stronger. What an incredible little item I've created. Well, what we can do with this item is we can basically find any random item which I want to improve, like say these hide boots, then we can slap on some enchantments. Now on this lovely piece of leather armor here, I'm going to be able to basically apply this enchantment. So what we're going to want to do is apply a fortified destruction and magicka regen enchantment, but we can also fit on a second enchantment if we really like. And so what I'm going to add on is a fortify restoration and magicka regen enchantment as well, just to make sure that our health never dips down too much and we're able to shrug off most damage in the game. Right, I've got this lined up. I'm going to chug this potion and then pass this through. Alright, let's drink my enchanting potion. So for the next 30 seconds, we can enchant at an incredible rate. Select the leather armor, then we want fortify destruction, and then we want to fortify restoration and magicka regen. Incredible stuff, lovely. Right, and then we want to apply a soul gem. We're going to naturally apply a grand soul gem. Let's rename this item. It's no longer going to be leather armor. This is of course going to be 40k power armor on steroids. It's absolutely insane what we're about to create, so let's enchant this item. Goodness, it just works. This is all thanks to the lovely fortify restoration loop in this game, which just breaks just about everything. So of course now if we hop into our inventory, we have access to the incredible 40k power armor on steroids, which is a unique item. It offers 30 armor, weighs 6 weight, and is valued at 125 gold. The issue is, that's not all, because this piece of armor makes it so that destruction spells cost 3 million less magicka to cast, and also restoration spells cost 3 million less magicka to cast as well, making it quite the powerful little piece of armor. So we're going to slap it on now, which will make us quite powerful, but most importantly, it's going to make it so that magic spells no longer cost anything. So no longer are we burning for all of our magicka to shoot out a little thunderbolt. We can actually check our skills over here and see that our magic has not gone down, but equally it's not gone up, because it's physically impossible for us to have our magic go up because of how much we've stacked our resistance to magic. So now we can cast infinite destruction spells, but our destruction spells don't do incredible damage. So we're going to need to find a way of improving it. Now, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. You'll remember that we've just crafted ourselves the ultimate piece of armor, which allows us to cast magical spells effectively for free. What a lovely item to have. The only issue is we need to level ourselves up to level 80 destruction magic so that we can gain access to the highest DPS spell in the game. And of course the best way to level up in Skyrim is to actually do damage with destruction spells. So we need to actually find a way of doing high damage with my destruction spells. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have to go back to our classical fortify restoration loop strategies and using our apparel, which allows us to create potions which are stronger. Now in Skyrim there are potions which allow you to increase your damage with destruction spells. These are the potions of destructions, elixirs of destruction, you name it, they're potions, and you can even buy them from Arcadia here. The only issue is they can only go up to a maximum of 50% damage increase, and that's terrible. Instead, no, we're going to want to talk to Arcadia and buy the ingredients to make the potion ourselves. Now ready, you're going to want nightshade, which is an exceedingly easy ingredient to come by, and luckily I have a whole bunch of it. It's easy because you can basically pick it off of the graves in Whiterun. After that, glow dust and ectoplasm will also do in terms of ingredients, which we can combine with our nightshade, and then of course we have wisp wrappings, ash creep clusters, beehive husk, and glowing mushrooms, which we can all combine with each other in order to create very powerful potions. Now let's create our destruction spell. So all we need to do is hop into the alchemy station and create something brand new. We're going to need, say, our glow dust and our nightshade plants, and hit craft. What have I created? Have I accidentally created something else? Yep, it looks like I've created the wrong potion. Oh no. What have I made? Okay, this is a bit of a strange potion. So I've created a poison of damage magicka regen. Evidently I need to use some different ingredients because this has resulted in me creating a potion which decreases the target's magicka regeneration by 100 for, what is that? That's 12,000 seconds. And also destruction spells are temporarily, for 60 seconds, 9,000 times stronger. That's a very interesting potion to have. Oh my goodness. We should probably take this somewhere and try it out. Right, let's try and make our other destruction potion. So we're going to want, once again, ectoplasm and nightshade and combine the two. And perfect. We've created a potion of fortified destruction. But this potion might also kill us on the spot when we drink it because if we take a look at it, oh my god, destruction spells are 10,000% stronger. Perfect. Same as the last one. The only downside is when we drink it, you cause 4,000 points of poison damage. Anyway, let's go out into the wider world and try and source ourselves a nice fight in order to increase our magic on. Maybe some great big giants or something. Alright, I've fast forwarded myself over to a giant camp here because giants are a great source of experience, and you'll notice that there's even a little cave in there for me to clear afterwards. But yes, giants are big spooky boys that do a lot of damage, and they are also a pain to kill. So let's try and fry a mammoth. As you can see, we did some damage, but that mammoth is well and truly still alive. Oh, but there we go. Our destruction has already increased to 68. Good stuff. And we've killed a mammoth. Now, of course, as I mentioned, we don't use actually of any magicka, which makes attacking these mammoths rather easy. And we are able to zap them rather well. There we go. Oh my goodness, that giant almost killed me in one shot. This is what it's like to be immortal again. I don't like it. Anyway, that's one dead giant. But then again, I guess whenever I take damage, I can always swap out one of my spells to be healing and just immediately instantly heal myself because restoration spells also don't cost any more magic. Ah, lovely. So I can heal with one hand and zap with the other. What a combo. Alright, now let's try down this cave. Surely there's something big and spooky to kill. Oh, yep, there's a giant. Now, of course, giants can one-hit me, and at this close range, it does have a chance to murder me. So I'm going to swap out both of my hands to Thunderbolt, which does 90 damage each. So about 180 damage in total. And then I'm also going to drink myself one of these potions. You know what? We might as well try it out. Let's try the Fortify Destruction. This might immediately kill us on the spot by doing 4,000 damage, but let's see. Yep. Yes, it did. That is the worst potion I've ever made. You kind of drink that potion, and then for a brief, temporary moment of time, you become the strongest wizard in the entire universe. But it's immediately cut short by the fact that you've just poisoned yourself by more hit points than any boss in this game actually has, which is hilarious. Right, now I've done some experimenting with other ingredients, and I've actually managed to make a potion which won't kill me instantaneously. But equally, the potion that did kill me instantaneously, I'm pretty sure I can actually put it to good use. You see, it causes 4,000 points worth of poison damage immediately, but here's the test. If I put on the Yorkshire Tea Legendary Armor, which would increase my health by over 22 million, then theoretically I could put on this armor, drink the potion of Fortified Destruction, immediately doing 4,000 points worth of damage to my health, and then swap out the armor to being 40k power armor on steroids. Let's see how that test goes. Okay, right, that test did not go well at all. Back to the science board. Oh god. Anyway, we need to actually make this proper recipe, and the best way to actually make this proper recipe is to get a hold of a few ingredients. We shouldn't be mixing with nightshade, and we also shouldn't be mixing with ectoplasm because they both come with negatives. However, glowing mushrooms, beehive husks, ash creep clusters, and whisper wrappings are all perfectly fine ingredients in order to make a pure potion of fortified destruction which won't immediately kill you. Now, I've looked through her inventory, and sadly she hasn't got any ingredients we're looking for, so naturally we have to do the age-old trick of dropping down a quick save, yeeting a bolt of lightning into her. Oh, that was a miss. There we go, and then immediately refreshing. This will reset our inventory and allow us to... Oh, I realize an issue we're going to have. I've got to quickly move my mouse away. Move the mouse away. Don't shoot into Arcadia's head. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness, that was a dangerous quick save to have. There we go. After resetting our inventory bunch and doing a bit of trading, I've managed to pick up a few lovely ingredients for our Fortified Destruction. We've got 2 beehive husks here and 1... lovely bit of whisper wrappings. I'm also going to quickly drink a potion of restoration which will temporarily boost my alchemic abilities so that when I make this lovely potion and I craft it like so, there we go, it's additionally strong. Lovely. Now of course all of these potions are going to be limited to only lasting 60 seconds, and that's fine. That's just part of the quirk of Skyrim. We can't make these potions last more than 60 seconds, but considering we can effectively get an infinite supply of ingredients, these potions are near limitless. So we have 3 potions that fortify destruction by 12,000% for 60 seconds, making them nice and powerful. So let's go try them out. We're going to go back over to the sleeping tree camp and go defeat that giant sat in a cave. Now, time for an experiment. If I hit F5, drop down a quick save, charge up a full damage lightning bolt, and yeet this giant, you'll notice we don't even do half of its health. Now, if we do a quick reset, and now drink one of our newfangled potions of increased damage, preferably not the one that immediately kills me, for 60 seconds we are now the strongest wizard in the entire universe, and shoot that lightning bolt. And it's dead. That's lovely. That's an instant kill right there. Is that literally the only monster down here? Great, I came all the way down here for a bunch of mammoth cheese. Alright, and onwards our adventure goes. We've got more things we need to kill, because that hardly increased our destruction skill. My goodness, maybe we need to do more flame damage. Maybe that's the aim, because flames are damage per second, so surely you'd increase the amount of XP you were gaining. Right, this is the science experiment we have to do. Right, apparently there's a cave over here, so if we throw ourselves into a cave or something, I'm sure we'll find lots of enemies to kill. Oh my goodness, what's this? It's just drunken people standing here. You're just drinking. Something tells me that this is 100% a trap. No thank you. This is 100% a trap. I mean, sure, maybe they're actually lovely people, but I'm not ready to test that out. So, instead, I'm going to drink my potion of increased destruction damage and set fire to everyone. And there we go. The revelers are dealt with and the bounty is cleared because there's no one here to see the bodies. So temporarily, we just did more flame damage than an enemy be able to process, which is good. Now, were these people evil? No, it would seem that they were actually perfectly normal. Oh dear, I'm a murderer. Oh, well, that's just another body to the tally, really. Oh, and fantastic, a giant for us to try out our spells on. Right, giant, please absorb my fire magic. Right, and sizzle. And he's dead instantly. Brilliant. Okay, that one did not go so well. Give me more people to kill. I need to improve my skills. Very well, I guess we're just going to have to walk into this cave system and try and sizzle our way through without overpowered damage. Anyway, let's sizzle these skeletons to death. Sorry, bony boys. Wow, you really did not stand much of a chance. Oh yes, it's some kind of necromancer up here. Right, let's sizzle you. Good. And then, this is where the Master Necromancer is going to have an issue, because I have 100% magic resistance, which means, if anything, this only makes me more powerful. So now I can just improve my levels on someone who is probably very resistant to my magic damage. You know what, let's switch around to Thunderbolt as well, just to do that additional bit of extra jazz. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that's the level up right there. Oh, good stuff. Rest in peace, Master Necromancer. You really gave it a good try. Oh, here's another Bony Boy. Bony Boy zap, and Bony Boy dead. Something tells me bony boys aren't very resistant to magic. It's absolutely amazing being a god in Skyrim. You can just do so much. Effectively, I'm just going to have to run across the absolute wilds of Skyrim and yeet any wild animal I run into. I just need any drop of XP. Come on, even you butterflies. I'll sizzle you. I just need a crumb of XP, please. Oh my goodness, I think we found a cave. Yes, the Moss Mother Cavern. Hello, Valda. How are you doing? Oh, I can spare a potion. Apparently this guy needs a healing potion, but luckily I have potions of ultimate healing in my inventory, which I can just hand him. There we go. Alright, time to go into this cave and kill a whole bunch of monsters under the guise of protecting this guy's friends. But in actuality, I'm just here to kill stuff. Oh wow, look, it's a Spriggan. And zap, and zap, and zap. There we go. Good thing Spriggans do magic damage. Oh, and there's a Spriggan Earth Mother, which looks like an absolute hellish abomination of a monster, but luckily, it probably can't do much damage to me, as almost all of its spells are magic based. There we go. We're just able to level up off of it. Great. And then here's the last Spriggan. Good stuff. And that's another easy zap. There we go. Good job. Alright, there we go. We managed to get one level up from that, but I think we're going to need a whole bunch more grinding in order to finish this. More experience will be needed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Reanu Keeves has now managed to gain destruction level 90 magic. It took a long while. It was mostly punching a whole bunch of Falmer and so on across the world of Skyrim, but it was good fun. I actually did a whole adventure. I visited new places I'd never seen before and cleared out vast swathes of the map, but it was all in the name of increasing destruction magic. Of course, if you don't want to do it the vanilla default way like myself and actually grind the levels in order to level up your destruction magic, what you can do is cheese via two systems. One, you can summon enemies using summon magic and then murder it. This way you level two skills simultaneously, or you basically just yeet fireballs into your horse. I especially recommend this strategy when using the Shadow Mare horse, which you get from the Dark Brotherhood questline, because that horse is god nearly bloody invincible. It's just like me after drinking Yorkshire tea. Anyway, we've achieved level 90 destruction destruction, which means we can talk to Feralda here and say, hello, I'd like training in destruction magic. Is there any advice you can give me? Now, the way the game works is you're meant to achieve destruction of 90, and then Feralda here will give you a quest. The only issue is this quest line is also completely and utterly bugged, meaning that Feralda might not even give you the quest until you've achieved destruction level 100, which is, you know, pretty painful to actually do. And yes, Feralda is not triggering the bloody quest line. God damn it, Todd Howard. Todd, you had one job, okay? I've hit the prerequisite. Give me my goddamn master level spell. Nope, I have to manually go to the console and trigger the quest line, don't I? Oh, God. This game's like 10 years old or something. Actually, no, it's not 10 years old. It came out in 2011, didn't it? My goodness. I mean, it's an old game, but it's certainly, it's got polish. Okay, let me just put that on your face, Feralda. Goddamn derpy broken quest line. Hi there indeed. All right, there we go. Now I've started the actual quest. So we're now going to learn from basically a book. All right, now I've got to go basically place this book on a whole bunch of pedestals across Skyrim and then set them on fire. So go to like a frosty place and cast a frost spell, go to a flamey place and cast a flamey spell, and then do a shock spell. Oh, it's all a wonderful, lovely paper chain. I've no idea what this is meant to tell me or Reanu Keeves about how to use destruction magic properly, considering you can literally use any level spell in order to complete these missions. All right, world map. Where's our first objective? Now, I'm pretty sure it's the ruins just over here, which I'm running to. They're not too far out of Dawnstar, so pretty easy to come by, and it shouldn't be too difficult to clear considering we're effectively an immortal who's immune to magic. All right, here we go. The ruins have been discovered. So far we have a skeever to fight, which will, you know, be very challenging. Okay, right, now give me the pedestal to put the thing on. Here we go. Got a whole bunch of skeevers to electrify. Wow, Todd Howard, 11 out of 10 challenge. Really enlightening. Okay, so basically you go to this ruin, you plop down the book and then cast a fire spell at it, and then we're off to the next ruin to try and do a frost spell. Lovely. Well, that's actually going to take us to just about over here, just north of Riverwood. Quite the adventure we're going on. Oh, looks like this one might be a bit more challenging because we've got some actual banditos here who want to try and fight us, which is fine. We can kind of just vaporize them with some singy fire. There we go. Look at that. What a satisfying kill cam. Right, now we finally made our way up to the top. It's really quite high up, this lovely little shrine, so it should be a little bit of a challenge. Oh, and when we get up here, naturally, we're going to get attacked by a whole bunch of angry boys. Luckily, we're very good at magic, so it doesn't make much of a difference to us. There we go. Let's just sizzle this bandit highwayman. You know, we should probably use a slightly higher level spell. Like, I don't know, Thunderbolt. That works. Oh yeah, that works so much better. Oh yes. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Sorry, bandit highwayman. Good job. And then we can just open our way up through here, place the book on the shrine, and cast the frost spell on it. And then finally we've made our way up to Fort Scroll Lookout here, which is the final location, because once we're here, now all we need to do is activate our final frost spell. Oh goodness, you poor little bandit highwaymans. You are not designed for this at all. There's not even a chance. Okay, just stop trying. Cease your trying. It doesn't help you. Right, there we go, we've zapped him. Is there anyone else here? No. Job done. Perfect. Well, it's as easy as that. There's just a pedestal sat right here, which I can just activate. Lovely. And there we go. Our quest is now completed, which means, most importantly, we've picked up our master level destruction spell. But more importantly, we're now able to buy our high level destruction spells from the lovely vendor here. Right, Feralda, you can now sell me fancy destruction spells. All right, and after speaking to her, we now have managed to pick up the most high level spell in the entire game, ladies and gentlemen. This is one powerful bugger. Say hello to the spell tome of Lightning Storm. This is the master level destruction spell. Targets will receive 112 shock points of damage per second to health and half that to magicka. The highest DPS spell in the game. Oh, look at it, master level. And of course it costs 0 magicka to cast. I mean, it's just incredible. You just do this massive conjuring animation, and then once you go, you're like the Emperor from bloody Star Wars. Look at yourself. It's just a constant beam of laser death. It's absolutely incredible, and it murders people with incredible ease as well. Let me drop down a quick save file. Now, of course, as you can see, we're going to do a nice good bit of magic here and try it out on some of these wizards. Now, it is quite good, but these are mega wizards, so they're very good at, you know, absorbing magic. But still, we did rinse through that Demora Lord there, and Savos is slowly dying. But notice how it is only slowly, okay? He is still alive. That is an issue. Oh my goodness, although we did manage to kill Sergius there with almost instantaneous ease. That was quite possibly the easiest kill I've ever managed. Although we have just been kicked out of the guild again. Yeah, we got kicked out of the guild. Right, now let's reload and try this same battle, but this time with our brand new increased destruction potions and see how quickly we can defeat Savos. All right, potions. And let's fortify destruction by 12,000%. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our 100-point damage spell per second is now 12,000 times stronger, meaning everything we hit is an instant murder. Ah, yes. Look at it. It's perfect. Unlimited power. I love magic. I really do. Now, naturally, what do you do when you have unlimited power? You make your way to the town square in Whiterun and electrify some peasantry. Say hello, my friends. We're about to make things spicy. Ooh, and zap-a-doo. Now, we haven't technically even activated our special abilities yet. So for that, let's go into items, activate potions, and take a fortified destruction potion, and start ourselves up with some laser beams. Yes, let's go laser beams. Oh, yes. Let all of the chickens fly. We are now an immortal god who cannot be murdered, who shoots a constant beam of lasers which immediately obliterate people. I can't even see with all of these lasers. My god. Oh, it is glorious. Who's that? Who's that just standing there and tanking it? How can you tank it? What is wrong with you? Who are you? Are you okay? Let me fry you. Vingar, let me obliterate your bloody soul. Vingar, are you just... He's an immortal. Of course he is. He's an immortal. Like children. God damn it, Todd. Why did you have to have morality and give children immortality? Makes no sense. I want to be able to evaporate everyone into being piles of ash. I don't even know who this was, but it was someone from the clan Battleborn who I was technically allied with. Now, of course, what do you do with your newfound unlimited power when you've just evaporated the peasantry of Whiterun? Well, you take yourselves out to the countryside nearby Whiterun and find the command to summon in a whole bunch of dragons. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is a run-of-the-mill Elder Dragon, one of your classic fancy dragons. Now, what we can do is we can try and fight him. He's coming back round for an attack run. Now, we're not going to use the potion on this attack and just try and defeat him using our glorious magical abilities. Although it turns out he's not interested with us and has instead decided to aggro all of the enemies in Fort Greymore. God damn it, Elder Dragon. You know, that's the famous quote with films. Never work with animals and never work with children. Never work with dragons either. Bloody annoying bastards. Alright, are you happy now, Elder Dragon? Are you now going to come and fight me, or are you going to whizzle around Fort Greymore for eternity? Lovely, right? You want to fight in Fort Greymore? That's okay. Now I just need to fight this Elder Dragon here, okay? You leave me no choice. So, as you can see, fighting this Elder Dragon, it's okay. It's not going terribly, but we haven't killed it yet. And that's kind of embarrassing. Now, of course, we are immune to dragons because we can't take damage via fire, because that's a magical attack. But of course, if we drink our potion to increase our destruction damage, meaning temporarily for 60 seconds, all destruction spells are almost 13,000 times stronger, well then, as you can guess, we can just one-hit this Elder Dragon and that Elder Dragon. In fact, why not place 10 Elder Dragons and watch the game lag as we try and wind up our lovely attack spell? Come on, right, cast the attack... Where am I? Cast my attack spell. This is necessary. Who the heck is this guy on the ground? Oh my goodness. What on earth are you doing here, thief? Look, I don't have time for this at the moment, thief. Oh my god, I actually said here, just take it and leave it alone. No, give me my gold back. I selected I don't have time for this. Give me my gold back. I will kill all of the dragons. Oh my goodness. Right. Zappy, 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 zappy. Right, there we have it. We've killed almost all of the dragons. There's only a few dragons left now, just 2. So I'm going to have to drink my next potion of destruction. This one causes poison damage. Oh god. I'm going to have to swap out my armor for this one. Okay, take off the 40k armor of steroids. Pop on the Yorkshire tea armor. And let's drink this potion of effectively suicide. There we go, 4,000 bits of poison damage just so that I can now one-hit dragons. There we go, that's a dragon one-hit and that's another dragon one-hit. You love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. So that is how to turn all of your magic attacks into glorious one-hit and eviscerate all of your enemies. It's perfect and it's perfectly balanced. You see, this has been one of my most favorite things to do because magic in Skyrim has always been a bit of an issue for me. In comparison to previous entries into the Elder Scrolls franchise, it's been quite tame, if I'm honest. Previous Elder Scrolls entries allow you to make your own spells and just basically go absolutely wild. You can levitate, you can go fully invisible, you name it, it's broken, but it kind of works with the canon in a way which makes it very enjoyable. Anyway, I'm just kind of hoping that in Elder Scrolls 6, when it eventually gets released in around about, I don't know, 2047, the developers have really put some thought and effort into having a great time with some of the magic. So that's my dream for Skyrim 2. And I hope you're listening, Todd Howard. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you're new here, do consider subscribing because I've got some very fantastic fantastic videos coming up. I've got Civ exploits, I've got Supreme Commander exploits, you name it. There are games that need to be exploited, and I've got a whole bunch of exploits just waiting to be revealed. And as always, a massive thank you to everyone who's left a like and a comment on this video. I know it's a very kind of cringy thing to say almost as a YouTuber, but it does actually really make a huge difference. Like, it is insane how much of a difference it makes in the algorithm. So thank you very much to everyone who's helped me out. And also a huge thank you to the patrons who make videos like this all the more possible. Seriously, without your support, we wouldn't be able to pull these kinds of crazy videos off. And if you're wondering what video to watch next, look no further than this video on screen now. Hand chosen by me to be absolutely perfect for you. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'm afraid that's all for me, so goodbye for now. And I'll see each and every one of you in the next one.